Welcome back to Words for the Journey, words of hope, faith, and life for the journey that we're on. We're talking with Pastor Brian Thompson about faith. And Brian, I was wondering, for some people, they have this view of faith as faith leaping in the dark, almost leaping into the unknown. I'm wondering what you think of that idea of faith, that it's just kind of this, again, leap into whatever's out there.
Yeah. It's something I've also heard in the past, and it seems very presumptuous to me. To have an idea that this is what I need to do, or what I think is going to be a good thing to do, and no basis for that, and just say, well, I've just got to go out there and do it. I just got to take a leap in the dark and just get it done. It seems presumptuous to me. We talked about sitting on these chairs when we came in. I don't think it was a leap in the dark to sit down on this chair.
Right.
Yes, we didn't test it. We didn't make sure it was sturdy enough. But we kind of looked at it, and I saw you sitting on one, and I thought that mine should be okay if he sits on one also. So there was some basis for that faith or that trust that this chair will hold my weight. A leap in the dark seems to me an idea that gets into your mind or into your head. It doesn't seem to make sense. And then you want to kind of Christianize it and say, well, this is faith. I'm going to just go out and do this, take this leap into the dark, and it's going to be faith. But I think it's more presumption than anything else. I think true faith is something that has substance around it, and I think there's reasons for that faith. And I think that there's a basis for believing certain things or trusting certain things. So when we talk about biblical faith, trusting God, I think God gives us reasons to trust Him. Paul talks in Romans about the stars and the planets and everything else. That gives us reason to know that there's a creator God. And when we see how nature works, the rhythms of nature, we see that this is a good rhythm. And so this is a good God that has made everything that we see around us. And so when I look at biblical faith, I always see a basis for that. The basis might not be as evident or as strong in some cases as in others, but there's always some kind of basis for having that faith or that trust. And if we talk about faith or trust as a relationship, then the relationship is always there. When we come to know God, we always go on what someone else has told us. It's either a pastor in church who's preaching, or it's a family member or a friend. Someone shares the gospel with us. And so when we start believing and we start searching after God, we do that on the basis of what has been told to us. It's not just a leap into the dark. It's a searching, trying to validate what has been told to us. And so we search the scriptures, we talk to other Christians, and we pursue what we've heard. But there is a basis for that. It's not a leap in the dark.
So in terms of at least what we read in the Bible, at least what you're saying, I assume we don't see people in the Bible just leaping in the dark.
No.
They have something, they've heard the voice of God, or they've had a vision of something, or as you say, someone has told them something, hopefully someone they trust. And on that basis, they make this type of faith.
I think of David and Goliath, for instance. David goes out with a sling against Goliath, who is the champion of the Philistines, and he fights him. And we look at that as a great moment of faith. But David himself said, I trust, because God has helped me against a lion and against a bear as I was looking after the sheep all these years. So you see that relationship with God, and we see that confidence in God and that trust that has been developed over time, which now brings David to the point where he's willing to go against Goliath. So I don't see David as taking a leap into the dark there. I see him as just building upon the confidence and trust that he has in a God who has helped him over a period of time already in the past.
Right. So he's had the interaction with the bear and the lion, past experience, and now this moment is based on that past experience as God has led him.
That's what it seems like to me. You know, I don't see that as just a leap into the dark.
Right. Well, good. Very helpful. as we think about faith and what faith looks like. Thanks for joining us, Pastor Brian, here on Words for the Journey.